Hello and welcome to the Herd Autumn Racing Experience. We have tonight a wonderful race of lots and lots of riders who are, I'm currently having trouble watching. We'll get that sorted in a minute here, but our course tonight is Tire Bouchon. So this is a very long course. We're only racing the first 50 kilometers of it. And yeah, we will... the wrinkle this time is that there are no points for the finish. All the points are for elapsed time on the segments. So we will see. Yeah, I watched race one and things went quite well as far as people following the intent and going for the segments, and we'll just see how this goes. So we are just about ready to go here properly, and I've got camera on. Our very much on the yeah, so really you're best off being in a group over the top, so you have somebody to sprint with for the rest of the race. But yeah, other than that, there's no reason to push on this climb. Definitely the bees noticed or paid attention to that during the race one. We'll see. It does look like there's a group of 5 just ahead of Ed, and I think he's pushing to get across to them, and then that should be a pretty good group to ride with. Okay, so we are a minute and a half from the start of the C race. Just take a quick look here. So this is Tire Bouchon, and we have we go all the way around, and yeah, that's not working. Okay. We have 1 minute. 1 minute to the C starting. Looks like most definitely in the B's, there are people commenting, explaining the rules. So we'll try and keep that going here and have people all playing the same game. Definitely one of the complexities here, though, is that yeah, it's there isn't a fastest or a segment time for this first climb, because this is part of the Ventop climb, and then we turn off part way. There's no Petit KOM reverse segment. So I think Ed's right in the group here as we start getting a little steeper. And we have Okay, we're looking for... There we are. So it looks like a pretty good group in the C's, and it doesn't look like anybody's pushing super hard. So looks like most people know the score on the race format. So okay, so we've got Terry Leduc here from Herd and Care Bear Racing, which is I think his own team there, and yeah, we're he's sitting in. Nice group on the climb. Looks like most of the C's all sitting together. The D's jumping back to Ed. He's sitting in second and third place. Looks like they're down to 5 riding together. There does look to be a slightly bigger group just behind them. Be interesting to see whether these two groups come together after the climb here. They are approaching the top, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so we're about 2 minutes from the B start. Still lots of chat in the pen there, making sure everybody understands the format. Terry is right at the front here, and so I'd really say I question being out there. I'd be a little bit further back in that bigger group, but I guess you don't want any of the fastest sprinters to get away here either. But I think anybody trying to break this group probably doesn't understand the race format. Okay. Hey, Nate. Welcome. I thought I was going to do the whole thing by myself. Nope. We've got the D's and C's climbing the reverse side of Petit KOM, and yeah, neither of them are across the top yet. So, and the B's are about to start in 25 seconds. So Ed Whedon in the D's. So he's crossed the top in 4th place. He's in a group of 5. So it looks, and they've got looks like nearly 20 seconds on the next riders. So yeah, looks like they will. That'll be the group. It looked like Ed just used his power up there to get into and that really seems like an odd spot. I would definitely only be using power ups on the segments in in this race.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Who do we have here in the Bs? I've got Bobby Edwards on screen right now. I see Eric Sedgwick. I see Ali, who was or Ali Lowe of the Dirt, who was commentating on the racing on the YouTube chat during race 1. Does look like the Bs are going a little harder at the beginning than they did in race 1. Not sure everybody was explaining this quite as well. Or some people just don't want to play and want to make it hard.
Yeah, I see there's a few trying to go off the front.
Yeah, so I don't know who's trying to go off the front here. I see one guy on Zwift Power that looks like he is. That's a Zanella from ZTBR.
2 Brazilians met in between, and then the pack 5 seconds behind that for free. So
yeah,
they seem to the front 2 to have dropped the power considerably.
Yeah.
Like no one's on with them.
Let's just see with Matt there, or they might be waiting for Matt. Who knows? So I just saw from Ali, we can chill. Was just checking no herd shenanigans going on at the front. So yeah, that's.
I mean, with this one as well, though, I don't think there's really any benefit of a small group going up front versus a large pack going through many sprint points.
There's not. It is entirely sprint points. There are no finish points whatsoever. The only benefit would be somebody going out and then resting to pace somebody later on. But really, the best sprinters and best climbers are going to do their best drafting each other. So I don't think there's much gain to be had there. Looks like Matt wants to ride with these guys, though. He's going pretty hard to catch them up. We'll see how that works out for him. I think Matt is often just looking for a good workout.
Yeah. Maybe he's only got half an hour to spend.
Who knows? Stuart Lynn is, for some reason, pacing the rest of the group. And pretty hard, to be honest. Oh, I do see. Oh, yeah, this should be good. We do have Dan Manello and Ali and Bobby Edwards all in this group. So there should be some spectacular sprinting here.
Yeah, the C's just gone over the top, so then it means the D's will be pretty close to our first.
Yep, the D's are just about to get there. Let me. Yep, they're just started the segment. Ed's not really. None of them are really pushing at all. Ed's starting to push a little bit now.
He's gone now,
yeah, he's gone now. Oh yeah, over 1,000 watts. Breaks away, and that definitely the fastest out of the lead group. We'll have to see if anybody behind outsprints that. There wasn't really enough sprint from that group to be sure that that's gonna hold up. So we'll see how that goes. So we're about 10 seconds from the A's taking off here. And who do we have? We have E. Simpson from the herd, who I heard started racing with I think the B teams in the herd, and then unfortunately quickly improved and has to start looking for an A team for ZRL. But yeah, that's looks like a pretty small group in the neighborhood of yeah, it looks like 5 A's, maybe 6. Yeah, looks like 5. So yeah, it looks like a group of 5, and we'll see how that goes. One rider already off the front, so obviously not reading the race brief. Here, I'll just try to. No, that's not going to work. Okay, and there we go. So looking at the C's, they should be getting close-ish to the sprint point, I think. I need to go back to my race brief.
I'll be there in a second. I'm actually going to meet up rather than being in the deep end because I can't see any times apart from the B. So
Well, you won't see any times otherwise anyway, so.
yeah.
Yeah, so looking in the D's, there's now a group of 3 with one rider having taken off the front. And wow, those are some big sprints in the C's. Looks like Kane from the herd came 3rd. Kyle Noguts 4th. Ian Hurd 5th. Not sure who is that in 6th. And then Terry in 8th. That is some serious sprinting in the C's. And yeah, we'll see how this keeps going. So Bobby's right on the end of this group with Ali and Dan Manello. So this is where I expect the fastest times to come from. These are the guys to be drafting off of. Looks like there's 8 riders off the front, including Stuart Lynn and Matt DeFreitas. And Eric Sedgwick is pushing hard to get back into this group. So I think looks like he's going to make it. Oh, that's painful. He's sitting, 25 meters back. Just 1 second. I think he's going to make it. Oh, I don't know. It's actually further now than it was before.
What are you watching now? The B?
In the B's, yeah.
Who should I get back on?
Eric Sedgwick.
Okay, on the pack with Ali.
Yeah, so he's with Ali and Bobby and Dan Manello, yeah. So he's sitting 2 seconds off right now. Yeah,
That's quite a big plus for us when you get appearances to see the difference in times.
Well, I think that probably the 3 best sprinters in the race are in this group too. So I expect them to be drafting off each other to get the fastest times
In the front or the chase group?
in the chase in this second group with yeah.
So I got the lead group right now, Matt. Again, has Matt jumped with anyone who's actually going for sprint, or is he going to be solo here? That's the question.
Yeah. Well, so let's jump up to that front group here.
They're about to hit the sprint now.
There, I've got
Matt's not really going for it, so.
Stuart Lynn is.
Stuart Lynn is, but Matt's not, so I don't know if.
He's kind of going for it. He's at 5.5. I think Stewart gave a pretty good lead out to Kane there, though. So a 23:12 for Stewart. That's a pretty good time. And Kane was pretty good as well. Then Matt DeFreitas was the next fastest at 27 seconds. So I expect this whole second group is going to beat that time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I see 20 watts per kilogram from Dan Manello. Eric Sedgwick, Bobby Edwards, both trying to stay in that draft. Yeah, 20 flat. Bobby Edwards at 21 for Ali. I think Dan Manello was late on the start there. I think he missed the start of the segment. So he comes in 4th, and then Stuart Lynn 5th. So yeah, that's we'll see. I mean, if Stuart's plan here is to rest and drop from one group to the other in between the pave sprint and the aqueduct, that might actually work. Just get that little bit of yeah. Dan Manello just said in the chat that he missed the start there.
Starting back to D, they're in the Wiggles.
Yeah, they're in the Wiggles. Looks like yeah, still a group of 3 here. One.
There's a guy up front, 24 seconds, who's just plowed through this segment, so.
Yeah. And then.
3 and then a group behind another couple as well, so.
Yeah, it looks like a group of 5 behind, so it's going to be interesting to see how that group of 5 treats the segments here.
And the front C's look to be about 3 minutes back there, so.
Oh yes, that could get interesting.
Because even with the C's taking it easy to the Wiggles, they might still close some time naturally, because that's such a big pack, so.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, and I don't think anybody can hear you, Nate.
Kristen, he's pulled it off.
And Nate, can you talk?
Sorry, 1 second.
Now people can hear Nate.
I gotta fix something. Give me a sec. I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Okay. Okay. And here we go. We're still sitting here. Yeah, I don't think you can hear Nate at all. Nate left for a minute, so we'll see how that goes. So yeah, just taking a look. And it does look like we are approaching the next sprint for the Ds. So this is the Marina Reverse. So this is a pretty short sprint. Ed's just a couple meters from the start of the segment here. So definitely I'd be sprinting now, but nobody's sprinting yet. They are in the segment, starting to ramp up power. Now they can see the finish banner. Maybe that'll get them going, but not really. Oh, there goes Ed. I think he just realized that this is a segment. And not sure. Yeah, he ended up second to that group of 3. And actually all 3 of them slower than the rider off the front. So, yeah, that's a little different there. So right now, the C group is only 1.5 kilometers behind. So we'll see how that goes. I think they're going to catch this group relatively quickly, and we'll see how that goes there. So Simpson of the herd, so he's sitting in 5th. So, but it does look like everybody's kind of going solo. I think there's 2 riders. Yeah, there is a group of 3 A's together. But Simpson's got 2nd fastest on the Ballon Reverse Sprint. And just to clear up any confusion, the reverses are completely backwards in the Zwift power to Zwift. So Ballon Sprint Reverse in Zwift is the forward in Zwift power. I know it confused me as I was setting up the scoring. Okay, so the C's are coming very close to the sprint here, and we will see how this goes. They've just entered the segment. Nobody's really going. Yeah, everybody left that late. And Terry's giving her now. I think he got taken by surprise, didn't realize they were in the segment. So that's a 6 for Terry. Ian of the herd in 1st, Kane in 2nd. So yeah, so good herd showing here, but yeah, definitely seeing a pattern of Terry leaving these a little bit late. We'll see what goes on with the B's here as they pop in. So we'll jump up to that lead group and watch Stuart Lynn. So we do have Mantafritas in this group as well. Remco, Deadpool. Funny. Kane. Zanella. Yeah, so there are Diesel, so the 2 Brazilians that were off the front with Matt and the rest of this group here. Just see how this goes. And I think there's a C rider that has jumped in with this group as well. This should be the last go for a bit on segment times. when we get through here. So the group 1 of the bees is approaching the right-hand turn. Now, if I was Stuart, I'd definitely be trying to get off the back of this group right now. And he's just as he moves to the back here. Oh, he's hit the draft power up. It lasts long enough with this short sprint. That's absolutely fine, but he needs to get off the back so that he has draft when the segment starts. He's in the segment now. Gone right through. He is, 10 watts a kilogram. One of the Brazilians is sprinting as well. Kane's sprinting now. Matt DeFreitas. But looks like Stewart in 13:16, 13:99 Kane, 14:32 Matt DeFreitas. So yeah, Stewart wins that front group again. We'll see how that goes for him as we go. Let's switch back to group 2 of the bees here. There we go. There, back onto Bobby. So we've got Bobby Edwards, Eric Sedgwick, and did I see a third herd jersey here? Might be one of the C's that they caught up. Let's see what Zwift Power says. Okay, as they approach the line here, we've just got Bobby and Ali both trying to tail gun here nicely. Eric Sedgwick as well. They started just before the segment start. Nice big power. Dan Manello, Ali, Eric Sedgwick. So it looks like Ali 1, Manello 2, Edwards 3, Stuart Lynn in 4th, and Eric Sedgwick in 5th for that segment. So well done.
Hey there, Craig.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. So welcome, Sean. I gotta say, you sound a little bit quiet.
I can probably fix that.
Okay.
How's that?
That's much better.
So I did get in just before that sprint, and man, every time Manalo with the 20 plus watts the kilo.
Yeah, no, he's got a huge sprint, but he's not timing it real well today. So
yeah, it looks like he didn't win that one.
He didn't. Ali beat him. So yeah, that's now I'll say Ali's really good at maintaining his peak for a little longer than Manalo can maintain his. That's what it looks like's happening to me when I've watched them sprint against each other in the past. So there's always that constant battle, right? On how long you can keep going at whatever power. But
as you know, I'm running that new sauce for Zwift, which I think is pretty interesting. Gives some interesting insights. I now know what their 15-second power was for each of them.
Oh, interesting.
Manalo did 15.4 for 15 seconds.
Yep.
Ali only did 12.4 and still got the timing right to get in on time.
Yep. No, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, what just happened to Bobby there? He just fell off the bat. I think he I think he had an issue. He was trying to. I think he just had an issue while he was trying to type something. So he should have no. He should have no problem jumping back on here. But yeah, that's always funny.
So who are we watching?
So right now we've got Ed Whedon in the D's.
Okay.
We're on Terry Leduc in the C's, who also had trouble timing his sprint in the first couple segments here. We've got I'm on Bobby Edwards in the B's, but with these two groups, I've been watching both go through each sprint, and
Both meaning Bobby and Eric.
no, so Bobby and Eric are in the second group. Stuart Lynn
both
and Matt
groups.
Friedis
Gotcha.
are in the first group. Yeah. So
Along with one of my favorite favorite names that I've seen on Zwift recently, Remco Deadpool.
yeah, so I don't know if that's Deadpool or somebody making fun of Deadpool, but I love it anyway.
I'm guessing not Deadpool because it's in the B's, and he's also listed as having a 480 watt FTP.
Okay.
Sorry, guys,
funny.
I'm back.
Hey, Nate. So Simpson, our lone herd rep in the A's, so he's off the back. So the other four are riding together, but he won the sprint. So and was second in the first one. So he's looking in pretty good shape for riding by himself here. We'll see what happens.
Looks like he's not that far back.
He's not. It's only about 15 seconds. We'll see what happens if those four catch the B's, that B second group, and he doesn't. That, I think, is the only danger to him right now.
Yeah, I was watching this morning, and the groups were not pushing much between segments, so 15 seconds is not insurmountable to pull back.
Oh, absolutely not. Although it looks like that group is never mind. The timing screen looks stupid, as you know.
Yeah,
Zwift
looks like it's
often does.
What does it say? Group of 3 at 25 seconds, and another who's 12 seconds ahead of him.
Yeah, it sort of looks like that, maybe, kind of. So there's a nice big C pack as well. That C lead pack is probably the biggest pack on the road. So it's probably a pretty good chance they might not get caught by the Bs, because the Bs are definitely sitting down between segments.
Yeah, it looks to be a 90-second gap between, or 95 seconds between D and C right now.
Yeah.
So C's are definitely going to close in.
Yeah, and
so next segment will be Pave.
The
Yep.
next segment is Pave, and we've got a nice long break for that. That's not until 24.7. So yeah, that's still another. Wow, yeah, still another 7K for the Bs, another 3K for the Ds. So
Is this a good time then to plug the herd championship?
We could talk the herd club championship. So yeah, that's coming up in a couple weeks here. What do you guys think? We were pretty similar to the last time we ran it, but
Except no Ventop.
Except no Ventop. That was a direct response to James almost killing himself last time.
When I saw
And Nate, actually.
when I saw it wasn't Ventop, I was like over the moon.
Yeah.
That one was fun last year because I figured he was going to try and pace with me, and then he went real hard, had several minutes on me, and this was I think I pulled back like 10 minutes in the second half of that climb.
Yeah, I forgot how long that climb was, and I paced it for like an hour climb instead of a close to 2 hour climb for me, and blew up spectacularly halfway through.
Yeah.
And miserably did 2 watts per kilo for the rest of the climb.
I actually felt I paced my Ventop pretty good, but like an hour and a half power is definitely not my strength. So yeah, no.
I was really surprised. I nailed it. I think I was at 2.8 the whole time, but it's still. You think that is, everyone's riding up the road, and you think I'm just not doing it. But then you sit in for another hour at that, and everyone starts coming back to you.
People start coming back to you. Yeah.
Yeah. So what is the list of races for the HCC this year?
So we're going to start with London Loop. Now there's going to be a bit of a wrinkle here, so we're going to score the segment times across all the races for the herders. So Mark John volunteered to do that with the spreadsheeting. So yeah, got to thank him very much for that. And yeah, that should add a little wrinkle to that. We were looking at trying to balance where there's advantages and disadvantages for busier time zones between the different race formats. So that gives an advantage for the busier race formats, and then HWR at the end is an advantage for the quieter ones. So yeah, that was kind of some of the thought there.
So what's the lineup? We've got that last hair, which is the loop, and only the segments are carrying over for that.
Yeah.
What is the format for that hair race?
So that one was that one I got to say we were between two things. So I think we might do the same as we are doing this week here, where it's just the 2 segments.
Okay.
So yeah, we were kind of between that and HSRL style scoring. So we'll I think we're going to do the same as this, and then that way it makes perfect sense to score the segments between all groups, right?
Yeah, that makes it probably there, because tactic-wise, otherwise, you kind of do a mixture. It's I don't know.
Definitely got that. So then, and this is kind of some of the wrinkle between last time and this time, is now we've got a Climber's Gambit. So Climber's Gambit is Titans Grove forward, so we've got to do that in addition.
Nice, like a 5-minute ish climb.
Yep.
For a 25k route.
Yes. Yep. So lots of time to warm up and such, but yep.
And you're cool down and stretch your legs out for the rest of the weekend or week ahead.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, to be fair, I think that could be done the way that I was doing the HSRL and Climber's Gambit. Just do all of them one day, back to back them, because one additional 5-minute effort isn't going to make it so that you can't do well in hair.
No. Yeah, that's there. I mean, I think ideal, if you can make it work, is to go with you're doing hair as soon as possible. Doing that on Friday.
Right, doing it on Friday.
But
sorry, guys, we're gonna have to put a pause. The D's are just on, about to hit Pavi.
They are. We have lots more time to fill here. So here, we'll just bring the focus into the D's. So I've lost some stuff here, but I'm looking at Terry in the C's as they go up towards the aqueduct right now. I've lost my B and C or B and D cameras, so
okay. Well, I will switch over to B and describe what happens on the pave.
I am gonna see. I can probably get there. Yes, I can.
We got C's about a minute, 30 seconds away from the aqueduct.
Yeah, C's are about to hit the aqueduct.
And I'm now only 40 seconds behind the D's.
Yeah.
with the push towards the aqueduct. These are on the aqueduct. Early push from the front rider. Lots of watts being laid down here.
We'll see if Terry's able. Terry kind of left that a little late again, but this one's lasts longer and way more power sensitive. So I think he's going to do real well here if he can keep going. Oh,
Ian's up front, but is about to get past. But still a solid from Ian.
So Kyle from the herd, like he did well. Dean did well. Ian 36.94, I think was the fastest. Kane at 40.11. Terry at 40.60.
A few ouches being said on screen, so they're definitely feeling it in their legs by this point.
Oh, well, I mean, you've been riding for a little bit, and those two efforts are real quick back to back.
Yeah.
So the group with Eric and Bobby is coming up on the sprint segment area now. And it's actually been cut down to, for the sprint, the group of Eric, Bobby, Manalo, and Ali.
So it looks like they dropped off the group, the rest of that group, to prep for these two segments, which is totally what I expect these guys to do.
As probably the four guys who have been going the hardest on these sprints. And wow, there goes Ali.
Yeah, there goes Ali. There goes, I do like what Ali does there. He's launching before the segment starts to hit the line with speed.
Here comes Manal, just rocket passing.
Oh man.
11,
Bobby and
12.
Eric. Yeah, Bobby and Eric are well. It's working not too bad. They're going to have good times as well here, but yeah. So Manalo's got the
15,
sprint jersey. Yeah,
his 15 seconds that time was 17.5 watts a kilo.
Yep, that sounds about right. Okay.
Now the question is, how quickly can you recover from that to do a 30-second sprint? Because those were big numbers.
Well, here's the crazy thing is that Manelo's now joined with those ones in front, and Ali's still behind. So if that pack push is there, it's like an Ali's on solo. But I don't know, they might come. But there is a 4-second gap between Ali and Manelo now, and again, they're not going to be working off each other unless Ali kind of pushes a little bit, but it doesn't look like he's going to. So he's kind of.
I think he's going to sit back and go with Bobby and Eric.
Yeah. So this will be interesting to see if Manalo was right to push on and latch on with that group again, or if this is the better tactic.
Yeah, I mean, Ali, Bobby, and Eric are likely to be pushing harder. He may not get much of a draft from that group ahead. Yeah. They're not going to be going faster than he is, or nearly as fast.
Well, and Ali's definitely getting the best rest out of this whole group here. So,
and Manila might have realized that he's off the back by a bit, but I don't know if he's going to fully drop. Is he going to hit no man's land and hitting that? No, he's pushing again a bit. For a second, I thought he has dropped off that group, but again, does he fully drop back now, or does he just use that group to draft through?
It's
looking more like that.
He would have to stop completely to get back to these guys for the start.
Lose all momentum.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too late now because the segment's about to start. Ali is in prime position here.
Yep.
But I mean, the other two are going to have Ali to draft when Ali goes by them. So it's there's some give and take here.
Eric's gone early. Bobby is sitting behind Ali to use his draft.
Yep.
Manalo is just dumping huge numbers.
Just sitting at 8 watts a kilo.
Nice casual 8 watts a kilo.
Wow, here comes Bobby.
That's a real good go by Bobby.
So here we go. Here's what times are we going to get?
Yeah, I think Ali and Bobby are looking like they've done this right.
Yeah, that looks real good for both of them.
Yep. Got it by 3 seconds over Manalo.
Wow.
Bobby
got it.
Bobby got the fastest time there.
Yep. So Eric's now 8 seconds behind. He's probably gonna sit up and be in that mixed BC group.
So what is the next is the climb, right?
Which the Ds are just about to hit now.
Yep.
The Ds are just starting to climb.
Yeah, so the lead Ds have...
we might have lost Ed. I don't see him.
No, so Ed dropped back. He's with the Ds.
Yep.
Okay.
So definitely not a bad call because the first part of this climb is so draftable. Probably a pretty good chance he gets a tow right back to those guys.
I don't know. Ed seems to be dropped off that pack. He's trying to fight. He's trying to fight back to get on. So he's now.
Oh yeah.
So he's now in on himself and with the. Yep. I don't know if he just lost that group or whatever. Or if he wanted to try and go back with the C's, but just didn't have the legs to get him up there.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Actually, they did. They are pushing a little hard here.
And it's only 30 seconds or so up to the majority of the Ds, so this group of Cs might actually catch them and provide some draft for them.
Oh, they'll blow right through on this climb for sure. That's what is going to happen here. I'm just going to start clicking through the Bs and see what's going on here. So we've got this group with Manalo, Sedgwick, and Ali.
Oh, did Eric get back?
I don't think he did. No, he definitely not. Oh, he did. Yeah, Eric did get back. And they caught the guys that they dropped off of as well.
Okay.
Rob, Jacobson, and Cassivi. So they have a pretty good sized group here now.
And Stuart and Matt DeFreitas are likely to be starting the climb right around now as well.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find them. Yep, they are on the climb. So Stuart is sitting in second with Zanella in front of him. Matt is 5 seconds back with Remco Deadpool.
We have an attack off the front with the C's. Frank is trying to open up stuff.
Oh, I see.
Actually, somebody else in front of him is, and he's chasing it.
Proco Treefit, yeah. Is that? Yeah, that's 2 seconds gap already. Yeah, that's. We'll see if he's able to hold that. we've got Terry, Kyle, and Kane, John Ring. Yeah, all the herders are in that front group, I guess, of C's with those couple guys off the front.
That Ben guy kind of dropped a bit of power, so it's now Frank. But again, there is a little bit draftable area on here, so it depends on if that group can fight back.
Well, and it's whether they can maintain it, right? I mean, you can open up a 5-second gap and it not work out, as I managed to do on Tuesday on my attempt to win 51st place.
So Stuart Lynn actually was able to catch Zanella, and then Matt DeFreitas caught him and went straight past him and now has a 4-second gap.
Yeah, that sounds like Matt.
Yeah. Just holding 5 watts a kilo.
Nice casual 5 watts, yeah.
So the chase is closing on this last section, so they're kind of pushing the pace, and they've got the draft over the solo 2 out front.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see. Because again, you've got the kick at the end where you can really kind of power over.
Yeah. And it looks like John Ring now is the lead of the herd riders, with Kyle, Ian, Terry all a couple seconds back. So we'll see if they're able to get back on here. I mean, it's not a big distance. Just you start getting so slow on these steep bits.
Hello.
Who's that?
Mark here.
Mark, welcome. Glad to have one more, and especially somebody that already did this madness.
Yeah, I've raced the bees once already, and now I'm watching intently the current bee battle so far. You've been focusing on Matt and Stuart, but quite interesting behind is that the A's have caught up with the Ali and Bobby group.
Oh, let's make you jump back here.
Bobby hitched a ride alone initially, but then Ali sprinted across just before. The climb started, and now Manolo and Cedric off the back.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm seeing that now.
Matt is actually flying through the seas at this point and will be in a nice group for that for the sprint. He's coming up to the line, the last couple of hairpins, and has 20 seconds on Stuart Lynn. So this climb really fit Matt. Yeah.
Matt can climb.
He's just done 5 watts a kilo for the whole climb.
Yeah.
627 for the top. Oh, there we go. 526 by Matt, and he's flying past people. So Matt did a 526 climb. The top seed did the 627.
Yeah. So Bobby, Ali, and Bobby and Ali are in with the A's here. Looks like Manalo just got dropped. He's still pushing big power. He's got a real good chance of getting back on if he can keep that up, but he doesn't have draft. And as much as this has some steep spots, there's a big chunks of this climb that are real draftable. So he's 4 seconds back now.
Yeah, I just went to 4.
Just jumping back, it does look like so Terry Leduc just finished the climb, and perhaps the earlier big sprint efforts took it out of him because he was not pushing very hard toward the end after being dropped.
Yeah. So, let me you see. Proco was fastest from Frank. ATP. So John Ring, 6:44 looks to have been the fastest of the those herd riders. It's all split up right now, going down the other side. So we'll see whether they group that back up or not.
So Manel's now 15 seconds and just kind of gone into cruising pace up this climb rather than pushing. So he's gone from the front here, or the second group, whatever.
Yeah. So I guess if I were him, I probably be trying to hook on with Simpson. Back behind him there, because he's been. He doesn't know, but he has been hitting the sprints hard.
The A's have just pushed on past Ali, so
yeah,
they're right with Bobby now.
Yeah, Bobby's keeping up.
Yeah, so far Bobby's still keeping up, so that looks real good for him for this for the climb segment.
This is a much harder climb.
Sorry, what's that, Mark? Oh.
Than we took it earlier. They're getting a much harder pace than we managed to get away with earlier.
Oh, yeah. No, you guys were very cagey, as I called it. Kind of all riding together until the last couple of hairpins.
If Bobby can make a push here, he might be able to get over with these A's.
It's going to be tough. The first pair have 5 seconds on him now. If he can stick to that one guy, though, those three might regroup, and he might be able to stick with them.
It looks like he's going to do it.
Yeah,
I'm seeing big, crazy, like orange numbers from the A's at the top of that climb.
Yeah, they were going at each other for sure. It looks like 5:15-ish. Those two were.
Yep. Bobby did a 5:25.
Yeah, actually beat Matt DeFreitas.
Good stuff.
Ali just came in a couple behind, and now my segment's lost because they're moving on.
Yeah, so Ali was 5:31.
Ahead of Stuart on 5:54.
Okay.
So I guess the group really helped Bobby there.
Well, I mean, he had huge power there too, but I think the being able to hold on to those A wheels really kind of let him pull those few seconds on Ali.
Manella does have Simpson's wheel. Or Simpson's now eased off, but the potential for Manella and Simpsons to work together here.
Yeah, and those guys can both sprint, so that might get interesting in the last 3 segments here coming up.
Which is Balloon Reverse, Aqueduct, and Pave?
Yes.
Yeah, so in the earlier race, it actually did look like, I think it was actually Chris had let a group go on the climb, and it was the big B group, but people slowed down enough through the intestines that everyone kind of.
He also latched onto some A wheels, and that kind of brought everything back together.
Yeah. But basically point being, depending on how hard people are actually pushing, things can actually come back together in the few K that we've got between now and the sprint.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So Matt DeFreitas is now with the lead C's.
Where are the lead C's? Okay, I got you.
The lead C's are halfway through the wiggles.
Yeah.
So they'll be on the balloon sprint, Ballon Sprint, whatever you call it, pretty soon. Balloon Sprint.
Okay, so there's Bobby. So, wow, that's opened up quick. So, with Bobby having his this A category tow truck, so Ali's 27 seconds behind, and then
Manalo's at 45.
or thereabouts. Yeah, it's doing goofy things here, but yeah, I've seen almost a minute now. Not sure. That seems not quite right, but
I think Ali is doing the sensible thing and going to team up with Manolo.
yeah. For some reason, this A rider looks like he's trying to drop Bobby. So there's nothing bad that can happen from having Bobby on your wheel here.
Well, Matt DeFries has just blown the seas out the water. He's now got an 8-second gap. He just decided that he wanted to go off.
Which for what's left, I'm not sure that's
wise. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would have stuck with the gap with the group to at least have a draft, but he's now got a 10-second lead on his own.
Yeah. So Bobby is definitely kind of thrown his lot in with going with the A's here. It looks like Ali sat up and is going to ride with Manalo and Simpson here. So
smart.
Yeah. Bobby's A friend is riding hard because they're closing the gap on the other two A's.
Yeah. Oh. No. I figured that out here now, but yeah. So it looks like they're going to have. So he's going to have 3 A's to ride with.
Matt says, "I'm just having fun."
So he's just enjoying the stroll and just opening up gaps on the seas.
Yeah.
As he does a casual 4.2 watts on the flat.
So Matt hasn't been on the bike quite as much. He's been sharing some of his running workouts, and he's in shape. So
maybe he wants to push back towards B again. A again, sorry.
Yeah, this race might do it. No, he is in shape for sure. It doesn't always translate 100% if you haven't been on the bike, but yeah, he's got some fitness running.
I mean, it doesn't really matter what group you're in right now because, again, as long as you're with a group who's pushing, and then you can make up time. I mean,
yeah, or make up time, or really, as long as you have a group that's going, as long as you're with other people that are going to sprint, and you can kind of draft off each other back and forth.
See, that's the thing with these top Cs. I don't know how many of them are going to be pushing, so it seems to be a bigger group forming behind.
Yes, the group with Kane, Ring, Kyle, who else? Anyway, that Terry Leduc. So they're in a group of 9, and I know at least those 4 are all going to sprint. So,
I mean, I get it. You know, the way you've done, which is smart. You put the Petit worth double points. So
yeah.
It is definitely worth pushing for there, but then again, there's no much point pushing afterwards. Just sit back up and have the biggest group possible.
Yep.
I mean, the pace you go through the wiggles means nothing.
No, so Bobby is kind of trapped here, where that group of 3 A's is pushing pretty hard. So he's pushing pretty hard to try and stay on their wheel. So he's got somebody to ride with for the sprint coming up. I think he's definitely going to get a pretty good tow into the sprint. don't know if it's going to be worth quite as much as drafting those other two guys during the sprint.
So there's 3 that's just about to hit soon, but I don't even know. I'll look at Spitfire to see if they're all Cs. Because at this point, I have no idea.
Yeah, so I think so. There was a group of there were 2 Cs. I think Bobby kind of got caught, not realized they were there. So he's 3 seconds off of those A's now.
Yeah, Bob and Frank are both C's, and then there's just a Chinese rider who is not in Zwift.
Yeah.
So if you're Bobby, what do you do?
I mean, at this point, I start my sprint early and hope that I catch the A's.
The sprint's too far away, though. I think
I don't mean right now. I mean, so he's got some pretty good speed in behind these C's. I keep up riding pretty hard, but not super hard, and launch a little bit early for the sprint. So I'm hitting the start line at full tilt.
Even with the A's about, what is it, 7 seconds up the road at this point?
Yeah, if I start ahead of the sprint line, you never know. I mean, yeah, now they're 10 seconds. I think that's gone. I think you just need to rest and give her as best you can here. Yeah, no, that ship has now sailed.
He is in a group with some C's who have been sprinting.
Yep. No, I think that might save him here. So I mean,
again, do you not just sit up and wait for Ali?
That was my question. Is
I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
He's just so far back. I mean, I don't know exactly where he is, but time-wise. But if he's still in the wiggles, just sit up and just catch him.
Yeah, I mean, he's just about to the sprint right now.
Okay.
Bobby is so.
So Frank's, who's leading the C's, is done a solo sprint, and his time is 15:53.
Yeah.
So that could be beatable in a bigger pack.
Yeah, probably should be.
Oh, that should be beaten. Yeah.
And they're about a minute and a half ahead of the main group of C's.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's worked out for Bobby now. He's got some numbers with him.
Yeah, he got a few. And he's
a minute ahead of the competition.
Yeah. He's got some C's that were sprinting before for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I know Nuno Peixoto was going hard.
Yep.
So that C group with all the herd riders in it should be hitting the sprint start anytime now.
Fairly soon. I feel like this is the direction that we go so rarely that it always kind of catches you off guard where the actual sprint start was.
Yeah, so
I know
John Ring is way out front and shouldn't be because he's about to run right into the start, I think.
I liked
it's a little bit round. You go down and then up again.
No. He's I'm looking at the start. He's
here's right now.
Yeah, he's right there. So he's first of the group.
And Terry's right at the back.
They're coming through.
They're coming through. Go now, John.
There goes some fire socks.
Wow.
Fire socks. Yeah.
Daniel Howard's got some power.
Yep. I mean, Terry's hitting 12 here as well. I think he started his sprint a little bit late again, though.
Yeah, there we go. 15. Yeah, he didn't hit it fully, but yeah, the Frank's time got blown away by a lot of the C's.
Yeah.
And John Ring looks to be kicked out the back.
He does. So let's just jump up here.
Terry will get back on. It should be no problem because the.
Nope. There. I'll jump on Kyle here. He's been.
He's actually doing really well.
He's doing real well. Totally agree.
I mean, this race, because he was a D a little while ago and he's came up to the season, and again, you know what, this might be perfect for him, just a pure prime race where he can hit it hard and not have to worry about 20-minute power to hang on to the pack.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like he's got really good 5-minute power on that climb. Did like 3.7 for the climb, so.
Oh, nice.
That's nicely done.
Oh, Bobby is going...
Taking off.
Yeah.
Coming through the group.
Yeah, so he didn't get a lot of draft there, but definitely...
But he does have an arrow.
He's got an arrow, yeah. He's got a chance at a real good time here.
Yeah, second time.
13:31.
Yeah.
That's the fastest B time so far.
But he is ahead of Ali and Daniel Manalo.
Yeah.
But he's only just beaten the C's, so I mean, I'm sure that time probably could get beat by a bigger B pack.
There is no bigger B pack.
Yeah, there's no bigger B pack, but I'm just gonna jump back to Ali and Dan Manalo and
oh, they're coming through right now, actually.
Yep, they are.
Here they go, right here.
Yep.
But
they didn't launch
didn't
early.
Time well, no.
They're racing each other, and I think both Ali and Daniel might end up beat by Bobby because of that. They started late, real late.
Manalo did just hit him.
Manalo beat him. Ali didn't.
Yeah.
Ali, I think, wanted the draft and kind of hesitated over the line, and it cost him it cost him a place, I think.
Yeah. So Simpson there got the fastest time of the A's, so he's looking pretty good for how that's likely to go there at the end of the day.
Mark, in your race earlier, did you actually have people still find it out for the finish line, or did a lot of people just mellow over the line?
In my group, it was no effort at all. I stopped pedaling for about 20 seconds after the last sprint.
Yeah, you guys did have one small group that went off together off the front, but they were enough slower that wasn't really worth much. Looks like Bobby is listening to us. He sat right up there. No, he's taken off again. I don't know. I thought he was. I thought he'd be sitting up for Daniel and Ali here.
I think he is.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Hey guys, what did I miss?
Not much. A few seconds.
Actually, I was watching the stream while I was doing a Zwift Academy workout, so.
So the front C's are... Who have they picked up? No one. So the front C's are just about to hit the aqueduct. And again, if it's Frank that's just going, then he's not going to have any draft, and the ones behind the C's should get the faster time.
Yeah.
I mean, again, Frank absolutely killed the aqueduct. Sorry, not the aqueduct, the Petit KOM, but I think he made the mistake of pushing on afterwards because I think it's going to cost him a lot of segment points in these last three.
Yeah. So that main C pack is getting close to the aqueduct as well. I'm just going to stay with them.
Yeah, they're a little bit behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt DeFreitas is at the head of the race and just went through the banner there.
Yeah, he's a minute 12 ahead of these lead C's, so he's just having fun being the lead race. So Frank is hit.
About to start the aqueduct.
Okay, so Bobby has caught on with Ali and Daniel now. So those three are sitting together.
Okay, so he did sit up.
Yeah.
So Frank did a 35.65 for the C's. So
okay.
Stuart Lynn has just hit it.
$35.65. I don't know. I don't expect that to stand up here.
No.
Not in this direction. This direction's a little bit faster than the other way.
Yeah.
Stuart did a 33.4, 33.5. Also alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Well, I did 28 seconds, I think, earlier. So
you guys had a big group, though. That definitely helps. I mean, that was massive, but you guys had a big group that were all going well together. Though you didn't have a lot of draft that second half of it. So
yeah, did you get the top time on that one?
I sat up a little bit for the top. I ended up with third for the aqueduct. Yeah, because there was a couple of guys that just went stupendously fast at the start, which I wanted to make sure I had something left in the tank for the last sprint.
So Terry somehow ended up at the front of the pack 3 seconds ahead, and I was just eased off.
Yeah.
I think he was
a very, very interesting game before, trying to stay at the back and go slower and slower and slower.
Yeah.
Well, and that's this C-Pack is doing the same thing. They're going slower and slower and slower, trying to tail gun.
Oh, Ian hit it way early.
Oh yeah, Ian went. That's not bad. So he's not going to give anybody
the only one hitting it. Only one hitting it with speed.
So Kyle's gone now. Yeah. So a few of them hit it with speed, but Ian probably the most for the beginning. He's got a good 4-second lead now.
Yeah, but it's not all of it fall. I mean, it's can he maintain it, or can the guys behind him just claw him back with the draft?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he's got multiple seconds, they're not drafting him anymore. But
now they're coming through.
Yeah, Kakanis got him. Haywood just about caught him. We'll see. I don't know who crossed first though.
Kakanis.
Kakanis got 30.
30.8.
Haywood got 32.
Yeah. Then Kyle in third, it looks like.
Kane beat Frank, so Frank dropped about 3-4 places there.
Yeah.
Ewan Simpson's hitting it. Oh, go ahead.
In the Bs, I've had a spreadsheet going in the background, and currently Bobby leads Ali by 2 points in B, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And they are together now, approaching the start line.
Oh, Manelo's gone first.
And they didn't hit it super fast, but they did have some speed going in.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Wow, here's Manello. Wow.
I think Ali didn't have enough speed.
Or he tried to tail gun, I think, a little too much, because he's not that much faster than these guys. Oh, well done by Bobby.
Yeah.
Managing to hit that power up during the segment.
And Bobby got him.
Wow.
Oh, Ali got him.
Ali got him.
Wow.
30.5 by Ali. He beat him by half a second.
That's solid.
Did Manello do what Ian did and go early?
He did. And yeah, probably just a little bit. Well, it's so
Yeah,
if you're going to go early, you have to go early enough to break the draft.
Yeah.
And he didn't. Bobby was able to catch him or catch his draft on the way by. So
here's an interesting scenario then for the bees. Bobby leads Ali by a point. If Ali beats Bobby by 1 place in the last sprint, whoever finishes the 50 kilometers first wins the race.
I'm not sure that's the tiebreak. I'm not sure whether that's the tiebreak or whether it's whoever has the lowest Zwift ID. Okay, we see this. So I see the C's are in the sprint now. This is a long one. Very painful finish. I'd apologize to everyone, but I won't. Kyle's doing real well here.
Yeah, he's had a great race.
Yeah, looks like 4th so far. Yeah, the fastest of the herd guys in that last sprint. That's really serious endurance by Kyle to be able to hit that at the end of this.
I didn't catch Frank's time. I don't even see him on the fastest times.
No, so because he went through the 50K before they went through. So if he left as soon as he leaves the
yeah,
it drops off. Yeah.
Also, you've been kind and stop at 50K.
Yes. Yep. So the 3 Bs are about to hit. So they're in their segment here.
But they're all fighting each other for the time, and so they went in slow.
Yeah, they went in slow, very cagey.
He's got the draft. Does he have the power? Ooh.
Manel's coming through, but Ali's going to catch his draft, I think. Oh, he backed off a bit.
Ali gets the win.
Yeah, Ali gets the win. I think. So I can't see those times, so I don't know what's
23:31. Manel kind of cut off the power a bit and went 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ali first, Manalo third, Bobby fifth.
Okay. So that should be a win by Ali, I think, but the race is so broken up, it's hard to tell. We'll have to wait a little bit and run the points because there's a couple guys sprinting well a little further back too. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure that'll be the win for Ali.
Yeah,
Bobby will be second so long as he starts pedaling again and gets across the finish line
and actually finishes. Come on, Bobby.
Great work. Wait, don't quit, Bobby. Yeah. Seriously, he's talking. Oh, he's good.
Yeah. Oh, Eric looked like he had a pretty good aqueduct there, but again, I can't see it. Simpson at just under 32 looks like he might have won the A, so I think he's likely to have won the A race.
It's the cruising to the finish here.
Yeah, cruise into the finish.
So Mangum in the A's just took the aqueduct.
Oh, he did jersey. Too. Yeah, so he's Pip Simpson there.
Oh, Manelo's dropped the draft. Using his power up to get him to the finish line.
Yeah.
Hey, if you got it, use it. And it's impossible to see where the finish line is on fan view, so.
Yes. It is at 50 though, so that's pretty straightforward.
How are the D's doing? Are they still a little bit further back.
Yeah. Yeah. So I lost the other camera here. Ed Whedon's 130 back of Eric. Eric Sedgwick is about to hit the sprint here. And we will zoom in as he hits this last sprint. He's up there. Now he goes. I think he's definitely feeling it, but not quite the sprint if he had been sprinting with the other guys. But good solid effort for a. I'm not sure. Just jump back and watch Ed Whedon come in through this last sprint. He's an hour and a half in, and one more 30-second sprint to go here. No, it's up the power a little bit, but Mangum went flying straight by there from the ace. Though not an all-time great sprint there by Mangum. We'll see. There, I think he's through. Ed's through, and I think we're that's the end of that. So thanks a lot, guys. Mark, Jeff, Nate, Sean. I think Chris Greenland jumped in here, but I don't think he ever said anything.
Yeah, I can hear you so much.
I didn't have much to offer, but I appreciate being thanked. So thank you.
He can give the closing remarks.
I can and I will. Thank you all for joining us for this epic broadcast. What was the full 90 minutes for this one, Craig?
We're at 96, I think. So
96 minutes.
yeah.
Maybe a new record, maybe not. Who knows? We don't.
No,
keep track of these
we've gone a lot longer on the some of the Zetterall playoff races.
And we left everyone on edge to start to discuss the Herd Championship and never actually got to finish it.
We never did finish that, did we? We'll talk about that in the podcast.
Sounds like a perfect ending to a Herd broadcast.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Take care.
Everyone.
And